announced on Wednesday, the White House announced its plan to make America the world leader in artificial intelligence. The main way it will seek to do that, it appears, is to scale back on regulation of AI. I recently had a chance to sit down with Bill Gates to talk about how he sees the present and future of AI. Bill Gates, pleasure to have you on. We've been trying to track on the show the progress of AI, about how he sees the present and future of AI. Bill Gates, pleasure to have you on. We've been trying to track on the show the progress of AI, and the place we're now at is everybody talks about AGI, general intelligence. What's the difference between artificial intelligence and what people are now predicting, which is artificial general intelligence?
You know, the people use very different definitions, and you can say, when is AI so good that something like a telesales job or telesupport job, that just having the AI do that work, that it's way cheaper and more accurate than humans are? So that's, you know, really looking at the labor substitution piece. Or you can look at the most creative things that humans do, like come up with a new drug that helps with tuberculosis. Or you can look at the most creative things that humans do, like come up with a new drug that helps with tuberculosis. And you know, look at, okay, is AI just helping humans get this done, or is it eventually replacing humans? You know, like people talk about writing code. Simple coding tasks, AI today can replace human work. The most complex coding tasks, it's not able to do yet. And people in the field disagree. Is that within the next year or two, or is it more like 10 years away? But AI, you know, AI is improving at a rate that surprises me. Things like this deep research capability. You know, a few times a day I take some complex question, and just for fun, I see in the AI does an awfully good job gathering all the materials and bringing it, summarizing what I need to know.
Satya Nadella says 30% of Microsoft's code is now being done by AI. That seems inevitably to mean, one, you'll hire fewer coders, you'll need fewer of all. I mean, what is, you know, a paralegal do at a law firm? They do discovery, which is essentially pattern recognition, which is very easy for AI to do. Similarly, entry-level people at accounting firm, right? All that is going to mean white-collar work. College-educated graduates are going to have a more challenging job environment.
Well, when you improve productivity, you can make more, and so it shouldn't mean, you know, if you get less productive, that's bad, and if you get more productive, that's good. It means you can free up these people to have smaller class size, or have longer vacations, or you know, to help do more. So it's not a bad thing. The question is it come so fast that you don't have time to adjust to it? And in parallel, you know, the blue-collar work, when the robotic arms start to be decent, which they're not today, that starts to affect even larger classes of labor. So this is a profound set of changes. You know, I'm working with Microsoft, OpenAI on these things. You know, my lens is, let's make sure it gets out in low-income countries to help with their health and education and agriculture.
So finally, what advice would you give to young people who are thinking about how do you enter the world of AI? What should the skills they develop be?
You know, if you get to very profound levels, you almost get to philosophical questions. In this transition period, the ability to use these tools is both fun and empowering. You know, I used to have an advantage that I have very smart people I can call up when I get confused about physics. But now I actually use deep research, and then I'll send that answer to my, you know, smart friends and say, hey, did it get it right? And most of the time they're like, oh yeah, you didn't need me. And so you can really learn so much. And the idea of the tutors that people like Khan Academy are building, and how we'll get that out all over the world. And so embracing this and, you know, tracking it will be very, very important. That doesn't guarantee that we're not going to have a lot of dislocation. But I really haven't changed my be curious, read, and use the latest tools recommendations for young people.
Be curious, read, and use the latest tools, in this case, AI.
Absolutely.
Bill Gates, pleasure to have you on.